Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome to your Monday Night Live with Will Cranny and the UK's most feared comedian, Frankie Allen. We'll just wait for some viewers to come in. Remember, if you are watching this on the replay, please do comment replay, give us a thumb up on the vid, get it shared, and let us know where you have tuned in from so that we can come to your city, town, or venue in your area. And we'll wait till some people come in, and then we'll have a good chat. And Frank, how's things going? Good?
Things are going great. Things are going great. Only 1 week now, and you'll be able to go into your pubs and your clubs, sit down. You can't go to the bar. You can't stand at the bar. But, it's waiters service only. So, but it's fantastic. It's almost normal, isn't it? It's almost back to normal. But by the 21st of June, it's going to be, you'll be going out and you'll think it's 1991.
Nice one. Let's talk to some people. We've got Stacey Dawson coming in from Bradford. Paddy O'Shea says, evening, gents. What's happening, Paddy?
Stacey, how are you doing? You're great. Hope your kids are okay, Stacey. Stacey from the show for us. Bradford Bulls are security.
On security. We've got Fat George says, how do lads? He's on YouTube. Loads of people in here. We've got Andy Seller coming in from Widnes. Eric Moira is watching from Manchester. Tony Jones is asking when we're in Llandudno. We'll discuss that in a little bit. We've got Neil in Colchester. We've got Seamus Higgins coming in. What's happening, boys? I'm delighted to see you have dates. We'll talk about that in a little minute. Sound's gone. Is the sound gone? Sound shouldn't have gone. Hey up, the Scousers, Frankie and Will from Sunderland to Jeff Holcroft. So first of all, because Mark says the sound has gone, let us know, is the sound okay? And let's kick things off. So welcome to everyone who is on Facebook or on YouTube. Please do, if you enjoyed this video, give us a thumb up and get this video shared. If you're on YouTube, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We're going to have a good chat with everyone today. And what we'd like to know, if you're watching on replay, comment replay. But if you are watching it live, watching this video live, as we do every Monday night at 7 o'clock, please tell us where you are tuning in from, because we need to get to everywhere in the UK. And we've just announced a load of tour tickets. So, first of all, tour tickets went on sale 6th of May, last Thursday.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that?
It's like a dream come true, isn't it? After this lockdown, which everyone's saying it's been a year, it hasn't been a year for us. It's been like 15 months. It's a long time. So, we're working our first show on the 5th of June at Blackpool, the North Pier, the Joe Longthorne Theatre. It's going to be fantastic. From then on, we're all over the UK. So it literally is, for me anyway, a dream come true. Because I was starting to worry, you start thinking, are we ever going to work again? How long is this lockdown going to fucking last? Is it going to be like for 10 years, 15 years? You just don't know, do you? So definitely getting lifted now.
Nice one. And if you haven't seen the dates that have arrived on your internet screens or phone screens or whatever last week, all the first batch of the UK tour dates are now live. That includes Blackpool, Liverpool, Huddersfield, Swindon. It includes the Isle of Man. It includes Manchester, which has only got 6 tickets left if you want to go to Manchester. We're literally everywhere. The only thing that people are complaining a lot, I've just showed you some of the comments, that we're not getting to certain areas.
Yeah.
But there are reasons for that. And we definitely want to cover everywhere in the UK. And that's why we ask you guys.
Yeah, a lot of people are asking us to go to Glasgow, go to Edinburgh, Scotland, Cornwall, another area, and Northern Ireland. But you see, Glasgow and Edinburgh, obviously, in Scotland, they're under different legislation than England, and so is Northern Ireland. So we've got to wait till they kind of catch up with England. And as soon as we get the okay that we can work there, we will book dates there. And Cornwall, a lot of people asking for Cornwall. We're coming to Cornwall, don't worry.
Okay, let's talk to some people. And those secondary dates are going to be announced very soon. We will be absolutely everywhere. So first of all, Tony's asked when we're in Llandudno. Mate, we actually asked, I've spoke to a venue in Llandudno, but I'm not sure what's happening there. David says he can't do fuck all in Ireland. No pubs are open. Interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the situation in Ireland. I know it's not the same as England, so we're just going to, don't give me a couple of weeks, but we'll wait till they kind of catch up before we book anything in the Northern Ireland. Okay,
Frank Price. Hi, Frank. Hi guys, Frank the Ghost here and Mrs. Ghost. Looking
forward the Ghost down in Stratford-upon-Avon.
To the 10th of July to see you in Brum. It's going to be a good one, mate.
Make yourself known, Frank. Nice to meet you. He's a good lad. And he's been to Anne Hathaway's house and the birthplace of William Shakespeare. He's like me, loves his history.
Stacey saying she's great. We've got Seamus is asking for Epsom dates. Where's Epsom?
Epsom's with the famous race course, isn't it? It's down south. It's quite, I think it's, I'm probably wrong, but I'm sure it's kind of like about 80 miles outside London, maybe, yeah.
Okay, any updates on Dublin? That's from Dixie Normus, who was tuning in last time round. No update. And he's saying, who's your favourite comedians? We'll discuss that in a little bit. We just want to talk to some people about what other questions you've got coming in at the moment. You look much brighter, Frankie. Performing to a live audience is the best medicine. Now, someone else has said that it's good to see you smiling. Obviously, people can see it on your face. Do you feel a lot better?
I feel a lot better. Look, seriously, a lot of people have had mental health problems during the lockdown. People who couldn't claim any money, fell through the cracks, couldn't get furloughed, self-employed. Poor people, people have really been struggling. And sadly, a lot of people have taken their own lives with depression, anxiety about the situation. So it has lifted the whole country, the whole of the British Isles, really. And we've got to be, thank God, we're very lucky here, because of the AstraZeneca vaccine, which our scientists in Cambridge invented. Don't forget the rest of the world. You look at India and some parts of America and Africa and France and Germany, Spain, they're having a terrible time still. People are dying in the thousands. And I believe tonight, or last night I should say, that only 4 people died in the whole of the UK with coronavirus. Actually, no person died in England, no person in Scotland. The 4 people that died were actually in Wales. So isn't that fantastic?
It's brilliant. And Andy Seller saying you both look very upbeat. Andy, I'll be honest with you as to why I look upbeat, and maybe Frankie can give you his thoughts. But I've been working my bollocks off basically to try and get this tour sorted. And then when the tour, obviously I've got a lot of money out. So it's always a risk. It's like betting on a fucking horse. Yeah. If you put the tickets on sale, you don't know whether they're going to fly or what, or whether we've lost momentum or gained momentum. And literally everywhere is absolutely flying.
Is anywhere a bit slow, didn't you say?
No,
nothing
no,
really.
There's nothing. And if there was, you'd be a terrible marketeer there.
Yeah, no, I know what I'm saying. No, everywhere slower than others. Or
nothing.
Like a national trend.
Everywhere is absolutely flying out.
Great.
And can't thank you all enough. So the tickets are on sale now for the majority of 15 shows that we've got out right now in most places in the UK. And really look forward to seeing you at the show. Manchester, if anyone wants to go to Manchester, there is 6 tickets left, just so you're aware.
Okay.
So you might want to get those while you can. So let's talk to some people. We got Fat George, who says he's looking forward to the Blackpool gig, lads. Looking forward to being savaged as I am fat. Well,
George, you won't be savaged if you sit at the back. If you've got your ticket and you're allocated to be at the front, if I see you, mate, I'm sorry. If I see you sitting on 2 chairs, I will get you.
We've got Scotty in the building, DJ Derbyshire, Decky Miller coming in from Scotland. We got Preps coming in from Wallasey. David Campbell's asking, are you coming to Ireland, Frank?
We want to get to Ireland, we want to get to North and South, down the Northern Ireland, also down the Republic. We want to go to Dublin and Belfast. As I say, we're just waiting now on the legislation for the approval. I know, in Ireland itself, in the South, they're kind of like not as busy with the vaccine as they are in the UK. But as soon as they catch up and as soon as we get legislation says we can, we're going to be over there, yeah. Nice. Dying to go to Dublin.
Nice one. We've got Paul Plaskett in the chat, as always. Neil Cochran saying, happening, lads. Karen Louise in the chat. Ronnie Sprigg in the chat. Ian's coming in from Glasgow. And Kate is saying, you're a funny fella, you're class. Kaylee Jane in the chat. Andy Seller saying, great to see your bindi. Yeah, mate, I've got a mad spot right in the middle of my head. So thanks for pointing that out. Ken Rafferty. Hi, lads. Just out walking. Hope all good with you, lads.
Ken, how you doing, mate? Over there in Dublin. Good lad. Hope your lad's okay. See you soon, Ken.
Mark Ernie is coming to the Isle of Man on the 27th of November. You're here, as you know. Getting a gang together. I want you to wind a few up.
Send me the names.
How are we going to do that?
What do you mean?
Get to the Isle of Man. How are we getting there?
We'll have to get the boat.
I'm getting flying, mate.
What do you fly?
Yeah.
I'll get the Ben Mike Cree, it's called.
What
the
is
boat
it?
that goes to the Isle of Man.
Okay.
I've been the Isle of Man hundreds of times, though.
Yeah, but last time you flapped it, didn't you, off the Isle of Man?
Yeah, I did actually. I didn't go yet. I was too scared.
But this time you'll be on. Are you going to go to Phil Steele to get hypnotised, or
yes.
are you going to go on the boat?
No, I'm going to get hypnotised.
Nice one. So we'll be over there. Kaylee Jane's coming to see the show in July. Which show are you coming to, Kaylee? We've got, he's there with his tattooed hairline and fake teeth.
Yeah. Well, so what?
I don't know.
What does that mean? I mean, okay. Fake teeth.
Yeah.
Fake hair. I don't want to sit there like a baldy old man, mate.
Yeah.
I do something about myself. Who the fuck was that? Fuck off.
Fair play. Gary Mason said, all right, lads. Frank, what do you think to the Billy Joe Saunders fight?
Well, I mean, you're only as good as the opposition, aren't you? And he's a great boxer, Billy Joe, and he's done very well in the first few rounds. But, you know, Canelo's in a class of his own, isn't he? So, you know, commiserations to him, and maybe he'll get another chance. Okay,
we've got Kaylee James coming to Watford. Can't wait. Coming from Plymouth for this.
Okay.
Kaylee, amazing. Thank you so much for travelling. Need you in the Northeast. That's from Jeff. Jeff, we'll be in the Northeast very soon. Don't you worry, mate. We just got to work out. Whereabouts are you from in the Northeast? Let us know that. Paul says, I asked the Shankling Theatre for you to see if they can book you on the Isle of Wight. I told them you would need a bigger changing room. Do you know why?
For my route?
Yeah, due to the size of your route, the Rodfather.
Well, I'd love to go to Shanklin or Ventnor. Yeah, I'd love to go to those places on the Isle of Wight. There was a programme on the television today, actually, all about the Isle of Wight. I was watching it, very interesting.
Gary Mason has said, come to Redditch, lads, the Palace. Don't say anything, Frank, to give any game away, but all I'm saying, Gary, is keep your eyes peeled. Benny Davison, evening, lads. How come you're not coming back to Stoke? People are asking. That will be revealed.
Well, that's a good question. I think there could be something.
There's something in the pipeline. Keep your eyes peeled.
Something's in the air for Stoke.
Well, loads of people are asking. We've got Scotty and Nick Holland who is saying. Desmond Broad said, "You make Mondays, you two do. Crack on, boys."
Great. You know, it's a good interacting with everybody on a Monday night when everyone's fed up. You know, after the weekend, Monday's a bit of a dead day. So, it lifts us and it lifts you, hopefully.
Okay, let's talk to some people. Okay, Robert Locking has asked you a question, and he says, how is your tattoo healing? Now, for anyone who does not know about your tattoo, just give them a little bit of a brief summary first.
Well, what it was, I've never really been one for tattoos. But a friend of ours, he's actually a big Frankie Allen fan, John Muscat. I was friends, very close friends with his uncles a few years ago. They're kind of my age. Now, John runs this tattoo studio in Liverpool called a Devil's Cove Studio, and came to a couple of shows, got to know John, a good friend of ours now, and he invited us down there, and he's done this tattoo. So we've got this tattoo, I'll show you it, because a lot of people haven't seen it. Where is it? This side. And it says on it, this is the tattoo. It says, in Spanish, mi único hijo, mi sangre, my only son, my flesh and blood, and date of birth in the middle, and that's him. That's Will, my son's date of birth and his name. In Spanish, bit of a change and a bit different. The Spanish in my family, so I just thought I'd put it in Spanish. So great, it looks lovely. And the good thing is with this one, when you get a tattoo, apparently it scabs and you get problems with it. You can't wet it, you can't have a bath for a couple of weeks and things. But mine's been absolutely fantastic. It's been great, so no problems at all. So any tattoos that you want, get down to the Devil's Cove in Liverpool, near Anfield, and they are in a class of their own.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you this, you're a bit of a trendsetter with the Devil's Cove. Because guess who else has had tattoos in the last week and a half?
At the Devil's Cove?
Yeah. Billy Moore and Tony Bellew.
Really?
Yeah, so fair play to the lads in Devil's Cove. They're getting all the local celebs down to the gaff.
Yeah, that's great.
Brilliant. And they're both good lads, Billy and Tony as well. So, right, okay. Let's see. Frankie, it's Mental Health Awareness Week.
Yeah.
And the focus is on nature this year. This is from Mario LaBarbera. He says, will you be getting closer to nature?
I don't know how the fuck I can get closer to nature. If you mean I'm going to walk around
like naked Martin,
fucking bolloco with nothing on, I'm not going to do that. I mean, fucking, I'll get close to nature. What does that mean? You know, you've only got to go out, anywhere in this country. You only kind of like, I think the furthest point from the sea, anywhere in the UK, is like 70 miles. So you can go anywhere, you can go by the sea, you can get fresh beaches everywhere and woods and forests. So yeah, I mean, countryside everywhere, isn't it? So it's not difficult to get close to nature in this country.
Okay, somebody's asking, I'm thinking of going on Britain's Got Talent next year. I'm 18, I've wanted to do stand-up for a long time. I'm autistic and have Asperger's. How could I make that a topic to talk about without offending people? Now, if I can take this one, Frank, just so that basically my opinion on that would be, mate, it really depends on, the topic better than anybody, because you're, it's your everyday life. So if you've got funny anecdotes that you can create out of your own situation, then you're the guy who'll know that.
There was actually a fella, just research it on your phone or on your laptop. There was a guy actually went on last year or 18 months ago, I think it was, with special needs as a comedian on Britain's Got Talent, and he done very well, yeah.
Brilliant. Okay, let's see what people are saying. Good evening, lads. Both looking great. Any gigs up in North East Scotland, maybe Aberdeen? Stuart, it's burning my head out. Basically, Sturgeon hasn't released the legislation dates yet, so there's no point booking anywhere in Scotland until that's announced. So what a pain in the arse, but it is what it is. Tom saying, I watched you in Wigan at Aspel years ago. I had the horror of turning up late because of the taxi. You didn't hold back on us. I can't wait for the Manchester gig.
Yeah, well, yeah, that was a great venue. The Village, it's Aspel in Wigan all over. We've moved the club now a bit further down the road. But yeah, Trevor, who runs it now, and he still run it then, and he runs it now. Still a great friend of mine. Had some fantastic nights and days there. Used to do a lot of Sunday lunch shows there, yeah. That's the Village in Aspel. Okay,
cool. Mikey Motion, who is a fellow comedian. I've just seen him comment a couple of times. So good lad, Mikey. Thanks for tuning in, mate. Yeah, he says, do you have a particular joke writing technique, Frankie boy?
Well, no. What it is with me, I'm a bit of a miserable bastard when I'm not on stage. And I've got a good ear for a gag. So if I hear a gag, if somebody tells a joke, if it makes me laugh, I know it will really smash an audience, because a lot of people aren't as miserable as me, if you know what I mean. Different people have different kind of sense of humour. You can generalise to an extent. There are gags which everybody will laugh at. You've got to pick a gag that suits you and suits your personality and the way you look as well.
Okay, good shout. Nice one for tuning in, Mikey. Appreciate it, mate. Let's see what people are saying. Kaylee saying, I've just bought the tickets for my partner, Gary Mitchell's birthday. He's so excited and a big fan. Love that.
Well, Gary, how you doing, mate? And look after your bird and bring it along to the show.
Okay, let's see what we've got. Frankie, can you wish the Mackhams good luck in the League One playoffs?
Well, the Mackhams, which is Sunderland, yeah, all the very best, because a little bit of a soft spot in my heart for Sunderland Football Club. A very good friend of mine, Nicky Summerby, played for them, very successful, playing for Sunderland for many years, good mate of mine. And it was only about 6 or 7 years ago. He's over in the Middle East now, coaching, I think, Nicky. And I know his dad, anyone remembers Mike Summerby playing for City. But yeah, Nicky Summerby, me and him used to do loads of sportsman's dinners, loads of shows together up in Sunderland, all over Sunderland, even Grangetown.
Okay, let's talk to some people. Okay, before we do that, 20 minutes in here, we've got some good questions. As I have said before, if you're watching this on replay, please comment replay so we know who watched it live and who watched it on the replay. If you are tuning in live or you're watching on the replay, please tell us where you are tuning in from, because our tour tickets have gone on sale. You can find those in the description, either above or below this video. They are flying out, and I look forward to seeing you all there as much as Frank does. Are you so excited to get back?
Very excited, buzzing, looking forward to it. A tiny little bit kind of, what's the word? Nervous.
Okay.
Because obviously it's over a year now since we've worked, really done any shows. You know, we done a show last year, the 8th of August. It wasn't an open air thing. That's the only thing we've done, really. So I'm just hoping I'm not rusty or anything, but I don't think it will be. But yeah, looking forward to it.
Nice one. Kaz Dean says, on a serious note, I went out myself last night to a fancy dress party. I dressed as a loaf of bread. The birds are all over me. I'm into that one.
I like that. I'm going to use that one.
Okay. Mitch Russell, interesting question. What is the most memorable moment in your career so far?
Memorable moments in my career? Yeah, a lot of things stick in my mind, really. Probably when we done Sperrymore up in the northeast about 18 months ago, 2 years ago, we were just starting to kind of like get some recognition from the video when the video went viral. And we were doing the show. The show was great. We had these security on, 3 and 4 security. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was their fault, whoever's fault it was. But all these lads were queuing up at the end to get photographs and things. We do a meet and greet at the end, no photo opportunity. And there didn't seem to be any security who were keeping them back. And they all kind of flooded forward, so much so they all rushed the stage and knocked the banners over. We have these advertising banners, Frankie Allen's show, knocked me sideways and knocked a couple of the security over. It was a little bit frightening, but it was a bit of a buzz really, because I'm not really into like this fame thing or whatever, but I felt on the way home, I thought, fucking hell, it was like David Cassidy. Anyone remembers David Cassidy? Like girls used to run after. There was a singer in the 70s called David Cassidy, and he's died now. He's dead. And he used to get in his car, and girls would be screaming, pulling his shirt and all that. Not for me. It was only the lads come after me. Not many girls in the show, but yeah, I buzzed off that. I felt great. Yeah, that's probably the most memorable night so far. Yeah.
Okay, Paul's saying, great to see you both looking well. You can see the freshness on your boat races. I like that, mate.
Thank you.
He says, you've been inspiring over the past year and you deserve all the best. Kilvo, Frankie and Will, boss team.
Well, Kilvo was like...
Can't thank you enough for that, mate. And Andy Sellers saying, everyone wants to see you both and Kilvo. Good team. Andy, I love it, mate. And Paul.
A lot of people who stop me now, to speak to me and for pictures and things, mention Jimmy Kilvo. He's getting a great name, and so he should, because he's a great comedian. And he's a credit to Middlesbrough.
He is, to be fair to him, and he's a fucking good lad, and he's a brilliant comedian. And he is going to be massive. We've got Matthew Maxwell in the chat, Angela O'Driscoll in the chat, Steve Wardle here. We've got Mackie, who's our sound guy from Cardiff. Mitch Russell's in the chat. Steve Wardle's coming to Congleton. John saying, get over to the Isle of Man. We are coming
We're on the way,
the Isle of Man, mate.
Tickets.
Peter Day's asking about Scarborough. We'll be there very soon, mate. Don't you worry. Simon Owens is in the chat. Shout out, Simon.
Simon.
And he's asking about the Canelo fight. We've just touched on that
We've
one,
just touched on that. Basically what we said. Billy Joe Saunders, fantastic boxer. Maybe a little bit unlucky, but Canelo is in a bit of a class on his own. So sadly he lost, but he could have another chance, another opportunity. Maybe win another version of the title, who knows?
Okay, let's see what people are saying. We've got Zoe Mortimer in here, Sue Marshall. Tyson Fury fan channel is asking for you to give some free tickets away. You type get.
Okay.
Okay, what for, mate?
Don't even know you, mate. You're coming off a free ticket.
We've got Kevin Power saying Frank Fella. Charles says, see you in Blackpool.
Kevin, how you doing, mate?
Mark saying he'll get us picked up in the Isle of Man. I'll hold you to that one, Mark.
Okay, Mark.
Steve saying, I've got a mate coming to Congleton. He's a big Everton fan. Laugh out loud.
Laugh out loud?
Okay, decent. Let's see what people are saying. We've got, when are you both coming to Darlington? Lots of people asking about Anglesey and other places. Are you coming back to Sunderland? We're going to be in all of these places. It's just that these tour dates are the ones that I've just announced. Matty Maxwell says, Frankie and Will, one thing the pandemic has done is created opportunity for us all. Agreed?
I don't get that opportunity.
It's created opportunity for us all, and this is what he said. You guys have built a great relationship with followers, and I've had a complete career change. I'm now a manager of a gents barbers. The future's bright, fellas.
Oh, yeah.
Matty, good lad.
Matty, tell us where your barbers is, mate. I'll come and get my hair cut.
Hey. Okay, Lee's asking a decent question. He says, has the Huddersfield gig changed location now the parish got tickets? Yeah, Lee, the issue that we were finding was that when the government were releasing legislation, they were making it increasingly difficult not to house the shows at what you would call live event spaces. So something that is a live music or live comedy space. That's what we found during the tier system last time, didn't we? So we had to move it from what was essentially a hotel conference space to something which was a live music venue, because especially during the fluctuations, they would always go with the live performance space first. But your tickets are still valid, and we're going to have a fucking great night. We've got Gemma Lang in here. Sue Marshall has asked, are you doing the oldie again?
Well, contrary to rumour, I'm not doing the oldie in the foreseeable future, but I will call in there and see my mate Yozza, Stevie Hughes, fantastic guy, great mate of mine, very close friend of mine, and he's done a marvellous job at the oldie. You know, it's all been renovated. Anybody in Liverpool looking for a night out, go to the oldie, formerly the Old Rome Club in Aintree. You all know it, get it there. It's open on the 17th of May. Could be a fantastic night. I'll be there. in person for pictures, autographs.
But yeah, if you do want to come and see Frank live in Liverpool, Grand Central Hall is Father's Day on the 20th of June. It's going to be a really, really cool night for everyone. Let's see, we've got Get to Donny, Lancaster, loads of people asking to come to different gaffs. We've got, what's wrong with Royal Leamington Spa? Is it too posh for you?
Oh no, Leamington Spa, as I call it, Leamington Spa. And my own dad was stationed in Leamington Spa during the war.
Is Leamington Spa posh?
No, it's called Royal Leamington Spa. You know, there's a few places.
Okay.
I probably think because the Queen's been there or whatever, they call it Royal. But no, it's a working class there. It'd be great. We'll get down there, yeah. We've never really thought of it, mate, but we'll look into it. Honestly, yeah.
Okay, whereabouts is it?
Down south somewhere. It's kind of like South Midlands.
Okay, decent. Okay, Andy Seller has said, next Monday you can go into the cafe with young Dave. Okay, so shout out to young Dave, by the way, who I know is tuning on YouTube. A lot of people were sending your condolences after his niece sadly passed away.
Tragically passed away, and she'll be interred on the 19th of May, and everyone will be there. An awful lot of people will be there. It's going to be really pay a lot of respect there for Alex. Yeah, very tragic. So yeah, I was with young Dave today. We went to West Derby. Normally meet him and we'd have a coffee. You know, we were in the cafe in West Derby, and these kids, it's strange, this, isn't it? Because they're very close to a school there called Cardinal Heenan School. When we got down, there was a few young girls and they're getting sandwiches and things. But these two young lads came up. They must have only been about 15, and Frankie Allen fans, isn't that amazing? 15 years of age, and asked me for pictures and things. Got talking to him. It was great. One of the lads was called Ellis, if he's watching. Ellis Murphy, yeah, good lad.
Go ahead, Ellis.
And he asked for pictures, big fans. So really, I'm quite pleased with that, because comics traditionally don't really appeal to very young people. It's kind of, you know, middle-aged thing, isn't it? You know, kind of like anyone over 25, 30, 40, 50. But nobody's only like 15 and they're big fans, so I must be doing something right.
There you go. And you know, we're certainly doing something right, young Dave, and he's tuning in tonight. So Andy's asked the question, when you go into the cafe with young Dave for the first time, what will be your first breakfast of choice in an indoor cafe space?
Cheese on toast.
Onions or without?
With onions.
Okay. And a latte?
And a latte.
There you go. I know you too well. Let's see what people are saying. Have you gigged Chester before?
Done Chester hundreds of times. I've actually worked in Chester on the Leach in Chester, which is very, very rough. Loads of places in Chester, but we want to get back there if we can. Great people down in Chester.
Decky Miller has said, thoughts on gigging experience in Scotland?
Thoughts on gigging experience?
Well, first of all, let me just jump in on this. So, Decky, the two times that Frankie has performed in Scotland, once was in Glasgow when he very, very first went viral back in 2018 at the Bar Buddha with our mate Tom Melville there, who owns that place. And secondly, in Edinburgh at a club called the Jewel Miners, I think. I was only at one of them, so I can say at the first show in Glasgow, I was so impressed with Glasgow as a city. I can't believe how unbelievable it is. The people were so friendly with us. The lads were great. We went on a night out afterwards. It was brilliant. Show was boss. What was Edinburgh like?
Edinburgh was brilliant. It was an afternoon show that we did, and it's quite close to Musselburgh where we worked, and the place called the Jewel Miners Club, and the lads there were brilliant. They were great lads, and you know, they didn't mind getting the piss taken. They were all laughing their fucking heads off. It's fantastic, and great people. Scottish people are great, and as you say, we've done the Buddha Bar, Solihull Street, right in the middle of Glasgow. And me and Will went out that night. And one of these places, you know, they're not like you think. You get stereotypical views, ideas of Liverpool, Glasgow, and London. People, you know, Southampton, oh, they might be rough. I mean, no, it's fantastic. We went out to a Spanish restaurant, had a lovely meal. Then we met up with Tom Melville, who was the owner of the Buddha Bar. We went to one of his nightclubs, had a fantastic, very, very, very special, memorable night.
Faye has asked, what date are you in Manchester, please? My mum loves you. Faye, if you need to buy tickets for Manchester, you click the link either above or below. There is 6 tickets left. I'm sure they will be gone by the end of this live video. So I hope you manage to get them if you want to come to Manchester. Oh, just a quick note for the people who are asking about Scotland, right? There's loads of comments on the tour promo saying, you're too scared to come to Scotland. You're too scared to come to Scotland. Listen, We are dying to come to Scotland. The problem is, Stadium hasn't released a fucking legislation date.
Yeah.
So how can we plan to go to Scotland? That's like saying, oh yeah, like just try and like book a show and pay a load of money out and chance it.
How do we know? Yeah. How do we know that by the time we get to Scotland, you might have declared independence. We might have to go through border control and like show passports, vaccination passports, and learn the language and things and change our money.
Hey, okay, so halfway through this now. Massive thank you for everyone tuning in. We're going to be on here for another half an hour like we are every Monday night at 7 o'clock. If you are watching this on the replay, please do just comment replay and tell us where you're tuning in from. If you're watching it live, give us a thumb up, get it shared if you're on Facebook, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and tell us where you're tuning in from, because it goes a hell of a long way to us deciding where we're going to come on our UK tour. And if you want tickets for the UK tour, above or below in the description, you can get them, and they are selling like fucking hot cakes. Let's see. Charles Sutton says, stay on a bit longer. My paint's nearly dry.
Oh, great. But you're funny, mate, in real life.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Charlie.
Charles, you're an absolute beaut, mate. Get yourself to a show and see if your fucking paint's drying at the show, mate. Okay. Let's see. I'll never forget hearing about you being in Holyhead and getting a bite out of one of the lads offering you out outside. So you recall.
What the fuck's that?
No, I'll explain this. Okay. This wasn't outside, Dan, right? So we went down to do this show in Holyhead, and I was sitting at the back of this balcony.
Yeah.
And there was two doormen standing, and literally I'm talking, one of the doormen, who was in like this high-vis vest, he was stood about that far away from me dad. Yeah. And this fella kicked off on me dad while he was standing on the stage. It wasn't even a stage, it wasn't even like a raised area. And he's gone to like grab the mic and try to be weird with him. And the doorman didn't do anything. So I've run down the balcony, and my dad like pushed the fella, if you remember.
Pushed him in the chest.
Yeah. And then like I just said to the doorman, like, what the fuck are you doing? And then it came to nothing. But it wasn't really a big deal. It was just
the doorman was very slow that night.
Yeah,
should have kind of like really Holyhead and Anglesey, great people down there, but for some of the big lads, great big doorman. But we've had a little bit of that before. Some of these places where you can really see sorts the men out from the boys. Some of these bouncers in these clubs, they're very very flaky. You can see, and when there's any real trouble, they'll back away, and we end up we end up fighting on our own.
Hey, we've got Sean Lynch, who's calling you a legend here. Decky Miller's calling you a legend as well.
How do you do, mate?
Not bad at all. Let's see what we've got here. We've got when you come in Stoke, a lot of people come and asking. Tim is asking, he's saying he's coming to see you in Blackpool. He can't wait.
Brilliant.
Sean's saying you're so funny. We've got Matty was saying that his barbers is in welcome anytime. It's headquarters barbers and beverages in Borough in Middlesbrough.
Oh, next time we're up in Borough, we'll call along. I'll get my haircut.
Nice one. Rob Coppin's coming to see us in Birmingham. We've got Keith, who says, hi guys, hope your tour goes well. I bet you can't wait to get back on the road again.
Literally can't wait.
David Regan, I've been speaking to him in the gym. Good lad. Nigel Pickles, have you ever done Burnley, Frank?
Done Burnley hundreds of times over the years. There used to be a place in Burnley called Chalkers. You won't remember it. Big disco in a club. I remember being in Chalkers in Burnley. I was on with a couple of strippers in the 80s, and this fella kicked off and he threw a glass at me, a pint glass, and it just grazed the top of my head, but he got thrown out and everything. But Burnley Miners Club, yeah, fantastic people up there in Burnley. Great. Burnley and Blackburn, yeah.
Nice one. And we are going to be in the vicinity of Burnley very soon. The tour date is not announced yet. Whoa, don't let them know. It's a secret, but we are going to be up near there very soon. Damien Allsop says, I can't wait to see you in Birmingham. Just got my tickets the other day. Can we get a pic with you, Frankie, when we come? Now, before you answer this, I'll just jump in on this first and say that it really depends on what the government legislation is at that point. Ideally, what would be the ideal scenario if it was a normal show?
Well, obviously, if it's a normal show, people queue up around the club and they get up on stage and get a picture taken with me. Bit of a photo opportunity.
Now, that's free of charge usually at every event.
Free of charge.
Yeah.
Don't really know, but the way the government are talking, what they're saying is, by the 21st of June, there is no social distancing at all. everything's back to normal. So it's just like it was like 2018. So to all intents and purposes, yeah, they haven't stipulated people can't have pictures taken with other people. You know, you can cuddle people now. That came out today, didn't it?
Did it?
You can hug people, yeah. You know, you're allowed to hug someone now, and people can go out from next Monday, you know, in groups of 6 people all together. You know, so it's great. And by the time, don't forget, Will, the 21st of June, and I think that's your granddad's birthday, and the 21st of June, all restrictions are lifted. So you know, you're walking around as though it's 1986.
All restrictions are lifted, but they might have measures still in place.
But they haven't mentioned any. I mean, have to mention it.
Dan Reed says, "Fucking hell, Will, I'm invisible tonight, mate." Dan, clearly you're not, because I've just shouted you out. I apologise if I didn't get round to what you were saying earlier, but you're a good lad. You're always tuning in, because you were saying something about the oldies, good for young darts players. I didn't, yeah, that's why I blanked you, because I didn't know what the fuck you meant.
You've got to think you've got a dance club there.
Okay. Yeah. Kevin Power says, on Sunday, I caught my finger with a penknife and it keeps bleeding. It don't half bleed. They're the worst cuts, bleed like mad they do.
Be careful, mate, especially when you're shaving your head. I know you've got a head like mine. Be very careful when you're shaving your head, you don't cut it.
Okay, Craig Goldsworthy said, Frank, who's getting your first cuddle?
Oh, that's a strange one, isn't it? Who's getting my first cuddle? Well, can you cuddle from today? Is it today, is it?
Yeah, I think you yeah.
Well, I'll give my son my first cuddle.
Hey!
I haven't got a bird, so it's my son.
Nice one. Let's see. Chris calling you a proper legend. Mikey U90 says, will the vlogs be back when the venues open again? I'll let you take this one if you want.
Will what?
Will the vlogs be back when the venues open again?
The vlogs will certainly be back. It was a good job. We had a little bit of a backlog of some of the vlogs before the lockdown, so we were able to like put one out a month. We were doing virtually, so we've got some to edit, haven't we? There's a couple that need editing.
The only one that's left is the tattoo vlog, which is Frank getting a tattoo. Look, we can't apologise enough for the fact that the vlogs haven't gone out. The problem has basically been it's been very difficult to try and come up with content. And you know what the vlogs are like? They're all action, and we're fucking going to the show and we're doing this and we're going everywhere. And they will certainly be back. You know, you're going to see fucking 2 a week or something like that. It's going to be brilliant. Let's see. Frankie and Will up for a straightener. Top lads. Oh, he's saying we're up for a straightener because of that lad in Holyhead. We've got Andy who says he lost his granddad today on his 100th birthday. And it was only halfway through giving him his birthday digs.
His birthday
digs, you know, like
I'm not sure if he's serious there. I can't reply to that one.
He's only taking the piss.
He's taking the piss?
Yeah, of course he is. Okay. Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Liam says, I've seen you in Wakefield on the way back to Sunderland from Liverpool on a charity trip with Sid's Tours. Absolutely class.
Yeah, and all the lads were from Sunderland. Correct me if I'm wrong, about 4 years ago. It was great. We were a fantastic set of lads. I think they were all from the northeast.
Yeah, okay. Let's see what people are saying. We've got Paul coming in from Carlisle. We've got Andy Cowell coming in from Walsall. Genuine question from Dan Reed. He says, Frankie, do you like Gary Neville?
No.
Why?
I just don't like him. Well, you know, he's very kind of like prejudiced against Liverpool, isn't he? And things.
You think so? Yeah.
I don't like him.
I don't know. I think he's sound. Me myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Sweet.
Fair play. We've got Cleo Toner. What's happening, Cleo? You're good. Shane McGowan in the chat. Barry Patterson. Leonard Butler. First question. Who is the best mainstream comedian in your opinion?
Best mainstream
comedian? Can't say yourself.
Okay. Well, difficult one this. Because I'm really trying to think of a mainstream comedian. Most of them now, 90%, it's alternative, isn't it?
Yeah. Who's your favourite mainstream comedian ever, dead or alive?
Oh, I don't know. Bernie Mac, the American comedian, and he was kind of like, he was like a bit alternative, really, very observational. Bernie Mac, a black guy, American, but he's passed away tragically. But he was a brilliant, fantastic comedian. And there's a guy now, another American fella, Cedric the Entertainer, and D.L. Hughley, Steve Mullins, all these guys. Great, very good comics. But in Britain, I don't know. Well, Roy, Chubby Brown, very good friend of mine, and still a fantastic comedian. Okay,
Andy says, we all loved the vlogs during the lockdown. They kept us all going. Appreciate that, mate. Nice one. Dixie Enormous says, Frankie, how long have you been off the beer, and do you miss it?
Yeah, sometimes I miss it, you know, kind of like how it started, kind of why I stopped drinking really, because before, you know, the video went viral, I was traveling around the country kind of anonymously. Nobody knew where I was, just driving my car. And as anybody knows who drives a car for a living, you know, in a lorry or a truck or whatever, or if you go into certain places, if you're driving out of town and you've got, you know, a strange registration plate, you very often get stopped by the police. And what are you doing down here? And because it flags up, doesn't it? You know, and a lot of the times it'd be in the Midlands or whatever, or the Northeast, and you get stopped by the police because it comes up straight away Liverpool plate. So they assume that you're up there dealing drugs and things, you know. So you just get stopped. So I thought, well, don't give them any excuse. I've been stopped many times. The first thing you do, you know, breathalyze you. And thank God, you know, I've never been done on a breathalyzer because I don't drink.
Fair play. There's your answer. And for somebody who's asking, that's Kaylee Jane, who says, can we get you a pint when we come to see you? Well, Kaylee, if you're coming to see us in Watford, it'll be on a Saturday evening and we'll be staying over. So you can definitely get me a pint if you want. I don't know about Frank, and you can get Kilville pints as well. And we'll
get me a brandy. I'll have a brandy with you.
Don't worry about that. Sean Lynch says, I like Chubby Brown. You're good friends with him, aren't you?
He's a great lad. And he's just one of the lads. He's the same as me. You know, living legend, but he's not big time. He doesn't try to be big time. He's just, you know, he's a good dad to his two lads and everything. He's fantastic, brilliant lad.
Okay.
And a great comic.
We've got lots and lots of questions coming in. Appreciate it all. I've had both Jabs, Frankie. I can give you a big hug when you come to Birmingham.
Okay.
Andy's saying, great viewing, you two lads. Hope you get full houses everywhere when you're on the road again.
Well, we'll do if people like you come along.
We've got Cleo who's saying, is there tickets still for Blackpool? Yes, there is about 20 to 15% of tickets left.
Yeah.
They're on sale now. They will be above or below this video. And yeah, I can't wait for it to sell out because it's a good marker for us. It's going to be a massive show. As I said, we've got 15 dates out now. Some of them are literally on the edge of selling out. And yeah, I can't wait to see it all there. We've got Jeff Holcroft who says, "Yous are so much happier tonight. This lockdown has been shite." Jeff, I agree. Do you agree?
Yeah, it really has been terrible. I mean, even some of the last shows we done before the total lockdown last year, even going around the clubs, we did one, the Clippy Club in Hartlepool, you know, and the atmosphere, people, it was on the don't forget, it was on the television every 5 minutes. It was as though it was going to be the end of the world. So people were really down. I was down, Will was down. We were all under a cloud, but now that cloud has been lifted and we're all looking forward to getting out. We're all buzzing. We're all going to go out. We're all going to have a fantastic time. So wherever you are, have a look at the tour dates, see where we're working and come along to one of the shows.
Yeah, brilliant. Neil's saying, I can't believe you fell for the name Dixie Enormous, Frankie and Will. Neil,
Dixie Enormous.
If you watch these live, you'll know that Dixie Enormous, that fella, tunes in all the time. As if I don't know that it means me Dixie Enormous.
I didn't know.
But I'm always just saying, yeah, Dixie Enormous, like just being sound to him because he's a good lad. Hope to see you in Wales sometime. We're in Cardiff very soon. Ronnie Spriggs says, me and my wife will be coming to see you in Birmingham, Frankie. But I can't wait to see all these people, you know, when we go on tour. What do you think?
I can't wait to see Frank the Ghost, to see all the other people that have come on and people that have kind of supported us really over the last 14, 15 months or so, kept in contact with us, and it's all credit to them. Our public, our audience have been marvellous. They're really loyal. So thanks for that, everyone.
Nice one. Yeah, you've all been absolutely sound, as to be fair, and we can't wait to see you all at shows soon. So 15 minutes left in the chat. If you have been watching live, please do tell us where you are tuning in from tonight. And if you're watching it on replay, please do comment. Replay, we are on tour. 15 dates have been announced. The tickets are selling like hotcakes. You can get them above or below this video in the description. And we're going everywhere from Blackpool, Swindon, Isle of Man, Cardiff. Where else are we? Manchester, Liverpool.
We're down at Swindon, doing a show down Swindon, that's down south. We're going to, I don't know.
Adam is saying Adam Green, and Adam Green's a top lad. He he was sending us loads of stars during the lockdown. He's a fucking good lad. He says, onwards and upward, boys. Looking forward to seeing you when you get to Essex. He was one of our main supporters, so shout out to Adam. He's a good lad.
Adam, how you doing, mate?
And I'll see you there. Phil Norton says, your teeth are so white, but I only ever see the bottom row.
Well, there's the top. Okay, maybe it's just the way I speak that the bottom are a bit more prominent, but there's the top here.
Okay, we've got Jeff who's saying, Frankie, tell Will to get a shave the scruff he gets.
Well, I'm glad you said that because I don't like him with a beard. I don't like, but he likes a beard, so it's kind of fashionable now.
Don't you reckon it's decent?
I saw this fucking fella today on a motorbike. Horrible fucking beard. Just looked vile, horrible.
Belter. Okay, before we wrap this up, we've got loads of questions coming in, so do get your questions in before the end of this. We've got a question here. Give me 2 secs. I can't even think of that one. I can't even scroll up. Sorry, my head's exploding over that. 100% coming to see you in Birmingham with the missus. That's from Phil Norton. Proper funny fella, Frankie, from Michael Lambert. Good lad. Someone has asked, and Shane McGowan is a really, really interesting one. He says, would you do the Royal Court? Now, Shane, there are certain venues in Liverpool that we have inquired to put a Frankie Allen show on in. One of them includes the Royal Court. Now, we are doing a show at Grand Central Hall. That's our next big show. It's quite a similar capacity to the Royal Court. The Royal Court said no.
A lot of people, a lot of places.
The Royal Court said they don't want Frankie Allen in their venue.
Yeah, so if you've got any connection with the Royal Court, when you see them, just say, what's wrong with Frankie?
Yeah.
A lot of these snowflakes, you see, they're afraid in case I offend someone when I'm on stage. But, you know, my whole show is offending people. So I don't really give a fuck about, you know, people who don't want to put me on. There's various places all over the UK. I won't mention them. Yeah. They've gone, oh, you don't want Frankie on. So fucking what? Go somewhere else.
Yeah. Prime example is we're trying to book Plymouth at the moment. We know we've got a huge following in Plymouth. Plymouth Pavilions have been lovely with us and they are sound as. But we can't sell 2,500 tickets in Plymouth for our first time and risk that. However, there's a smaller venue, and I won't tell you what it is. It's about 1,000 capacity in Plymouth, and they said no. So, come on, let's get it sorted. And if you know anywhere in Plymouth that we should go, let us know. Cleo says, amazing people, keep us going, make us all smile, dance, putting all shit emojis and saying Royal Court. Would you ever do a gig in Goodison Park or Anfield? That's from Michael.
Well, look, obviously I fucking would, yeah. You know, if we could get 50,000 fucking people in.
Yeah,
of course. So what a stupid question.
Okay. Andy says, let's have an uplifting Cliff Richard / Zippy impression. Who have kept us all uplifted since last March. God bless you both and Kilvo. Andy, God bless you, mate. You're a fucking good lad.
Andy, I'll do Cliff for you. You ready?
Go on.
Hi, fans. I want to say hi to all my fans. And it's great to be speaking to you tonight and coming out of the lockdown. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm Cliff. Oh, yes. Goodbye, Sam. Hello, Samantha. Right, now I'll do Zippy from Rainbow.
Good.
Zippy, have you filled a glass with water?
Oh, yes, I filled a glass with water, Jeffrey. In fact, I don't want to drink it in case I get a chill.
Nice one. Andy, I hope you enjoyed that, mate. You're a good lad and you deserve it for fucking all those buy me a coffees that you've been sending. On that note, if anyone does want to support the channel, whether it's on Facebook or YouTube, you can do so by buying a ticket to the live show or by donating on Buy Me a Coffee, and we do really, really appreciate it. Everything that you send through goes into making this a better experience for you guys. We're going to try and buy some new cameras and equipment and stuff like that. Ronnie Spriggs says, stay safe, Frankie and Will. God bless.
Ronnie, you're a good lad. Take care, mate.
Andy Beatty says, my mate asked me, you see when you fart, does it have lumps in it? I said, no. He said, oh, I must have shit myself.
Yeah, very, very old and vulgar joke. No good, mate. Couldn't do that on stage.
Don't you like jokes like that?
No. You do, because you're like crude.
What do you mean?
Oh, fuck off.
Okay. If Boris Johnson came to watch you, this is Leonard Barber. He says, if Boris Johnson came to watch you, would you leave him alone or would you give him some?
Well, I think he's doing, I'll be honest with you, I don't know whether, you know, I don't want to get into politics or anything.
I wouldn't touch it, you know, honestly. But what?
Hang on a minute, let me speak.
Don't politicise the chat, though. You're the one who moans about people politicising the chat.
What are you on about?
Go on.
Let me fucking speak, will you? So I don't want to get into politics.
Yeah.
But whether you like him or you hate him, he's done a good job during the lockdown and things. But even so, if he's a good lad, obviously I've got to say something. If I saw Boris Johnson, I'd say something about his fucking haircut. I'd just say, look, the fucking head on him. Fucking head like something off Fraggle Rock.
Nice one. Hi, Frankie. Coming down from Glasgow to see you in Blackpool. Give us a shout out. We are the people.
Well, there you go. One of my soulmates there up in Glasgow. Glasgow and Liverpool are very similar cities. Yeah. So come down to Blackpool. I'm looking forward to seeing you. And you probably know Tom Melville, don't you, from the Butter Bar anyway?
Yeah.
Bet you do. Good
lad. Okay, we've got Dan Reed saying you sound like a Dalek. Davey says, Frankie's Cliff Richard is spot on. He could win Britain's Got Talent as an impersonator from Dave the Rave in Scousland.
Well, Dave the Rave, a long time ago, before I was a stand-up comic, I used to be an impressionist or impersonator, whatever you want to call it. And I had 35 impressions I used to do, mate. Used to do them very well as well.
Okay, last few. Curtis Leach says, what's happening, fellas? Jason says he's enjoying the chat, lads. Loves the impressions. Frankie, can you do any other impressions?
I don't really want to get into the impressions tonight. I don't know, really. Of course, I'll do an awful lot of impressions. No, I'll get together with you and do a show when we're doing all impressions.
All right, decent. Okay. Can you give Gary Mitchell a grilling? He needs to meet his match. Kaylee, he's going to get a grilling from me. He's going to get a grilling from Kilvo. He's going to get a grilling from Frank. And it's going to be a fucking good laugh.
Gary, what's his game? Gary, is he always being weird?
No, he's coming to the show in Watford. Stuart says, fucking hell, Frankie, I just spat me coffee out when you did that Zippy impression. Awesome as always, lads. Good lads. Rob saying, get back to Wigan. Happening very soon.
Very soon.
Will Davidson is the one who's coming from Glasgow. Good lad. We've got... Frankie, this from Paul, who's always tuning in. He's a great lad. He says, have you got material on COVID or is it ad hoc? Great to see you back, lads. You deserve all the very best. Mate, so do you for tuning in.
Look, I mean, I've got a couple of gags, really, that I can do for COVID, but I won't be using them. I've done a few, made silly gags. I'll say the gags that I've used, not used on stage, but between friends, just silly gags like... I woke up in the middle of the night singing a Dean Martin song and fell back asleep and started singing a Perry Como song and then fell asleep and woke up at 7 o'clock in the morning singing a Michael Bublé song and I phoned up the doctor. He said, you'll have to come in straight away. It could be coronavirus. Now, that's just a joke among friends. But look, when I get back on stage, I'm not going to mention coronavirus.
People are fed up with it.
We're fed up with it. We just want to get back to fucking normal. Talk about something else.
The atmosphere is going to be unbelievable. And to be honest with you, I can't believe we're selling this much tickets. Like, seriously. To have not worked for 15 months, then to put tickets on sale and for them to be flying the way they are is testament to every single one of you who've stuck by us during the coronavirus period. And it's boss, isn't it?
Fantastic.
It's brilliant. How about Bournemouth from Keith? Keith, we want to come to Bournemouth, or somewhere in Dorset, he's saying, dying to get there, but which venue? Let us know. We don't know.
Let us know the venues you think we should get in touch with and we'll get on there.
Are you coming to Nottingham on your tour? Once again, similar situation. Nottingham is on the list of people I'm speaking to, and Nottingham is near Sheffield, am I right?
It's not too far from Sheffield. It's about, I think it's about 45 miles south of Sheffield, Nottingham. But normally, Nottingham's a great crowd. I used to do the Variety Club in Radford in Nottingham nearly every Sunday. It was great. I know Nottingham very well, Long Eaton, Mackley Plains.
Dan Reed says, what are you doing after this? I'm writing new material myself. Dan, what are you, mate? A comedian? Let us know.
Comedian, yeah.
Big up Will and Frankie. Hope you're well, lads, from Cardiff and South Wales. Welsh John, I hope to see you at the show, mate. Will Davidson saying thanks for the shout out. Andy Sellers saying thanks for the lovely hour, guys. God bless. What a legend. Frank Price. Frank the Ghost and Mrs. Ghost checking out another week at the Grindstone Den. Check in on Monday Eve. Look forward to it. See you guys. Stay safe. You're good people, Frank and your missus. Fair play to you. Dan says, your top fellas, very approachable and winners.
Well, that's good. I mean,
love that.
we're not kind of like got our heads in the clouds or whatever, or trying to be big time. We're just trying to have a fucking laugh and bring, you know, our style of humour to as many people as we can, because it's been missing in this country for a long time, really, hasn't it?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we've got 5 minutes left on this. Andy says, Frankie, I sold all my cars and my vans, so I could not get car owner virus.
Oh, good one.
Boom, boom. I'm into that, Andy, in a big way.
That one, Andy. Thanks for that. I'll use that one.
Paul's asking about the Royal Albert Hall.
No way. Fuck off. Yeah, the Royal Albert Hall. I'll go on there, yeah. I'll go on there with Michael Paul.
Joey Diabetes says, can we expect vlogs when more COVID restrictions lift? I loved the route on him one.
Yeah, well, I didn't fucking like it. Yeah. Yeah, we've got to do loads of vlogs, loads of podcasts. Everything's going to be sound.
Literally all the vlogs are coming back. We appreciate you all enjoying them, and they're going to come back in a fucking big way. Jeff says, Frankie, my son is getting married next year. Can you give him some worldly advice?
Don't do it.
Why? What's your advice?
No, seriously. Oh, how can I give him advice? Fucking hell. You know, I should have been a fucking, what's the word? What do they call them? Those,
monk?
Fuck, no. What are the people that always can't think now? Anyway, look, I can't really give you any advice. I should have been an archaeologist. That's it. I should have been an archaeologist, because my life is in fucking ruins.
Wait, banter once again.
Now then, I can't really give you advice. I haven't really made a good job of my life. But nevertheless, be optimistic. Obviously, you love your bird. Getting married to her. All the very best. Hope your dad looks after you and pays for everything.
Okay, good lad. Let's see. We've got Tony Scar, who says, any Worcestershire Birmingham dates? Yes, Birmingham is on sale now. Above or below, in the description, you'll be able to find the link to get tickets. 50% of the tickets gone on the Birmingham show, and that is 9 weeks away, and it's going to sell out. So, yeah. See you in Chesterfield, but it would be great to see you in Notts. You must have already been to Chesterfield. Good lad. Look forward to seeing you soon at another show. Top lads, see you when I got my glasses on. Lads, if you are ever in Dublin, maybe 2 nights in the Red Cow is ideal for you. I know Frankie's been there before. What's it like?
Oh, the Red Cow is fantastic.
Has it got a venue space in it?
Get in touch with the Red Cow, of course. Got a lovely room in it.
Has it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did it with Alan Kennedy that played for Liverpool and Dave Fairclough that played for Liverpool. We've done a show in the Red Cow. Gorgeous place, beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
And the function room in there, similar to the Hilton in Liverpool.
Okay.
The function room in there is fantastic. It's a weird thing because the guy that used to, or that ran, he may still run the Red Cow. I was on this train in Glasgow. What was it doing? I got the train to Glasgow. And I don't know what it was, but from Motherwell to Glasgow. It was before the video went viral, about 5 years ago. And I was doing a show with Frank Bruno in Glasgow. And I was talking to the guy. The guy approached me and got talking to him and things. And he went, yeah, I said, I'm a stand-up comic. And he went, oh, yeah. And he went, yeah. He said, I'm actually from Dublin originally. He was living in Glasgow. And he knew he was friends with the manager of the Red Cow, who I'd met. Small world, isn't it?
Belter, okay. People are asking, will you fly to Dublin? And how are you getting to the Isle of Man? What are you thinking?
I'm going to go on the plane. I'm okay. Don't forget, I got to Tenerife, didn't I? There and back 4.5 hours each way when I was with Will and with Will's bird, Daisy. So I was sound. And Phil Steele, the hypnotist, hypnotised me. I've got to get hypnotised again, but I will go. Nice one.
We've got someone saying the Plymouth manager is a Red. He is, and I believe he's a really good lad. I've got some mutual friends with him. Say he's a really good person. He meant to be a good manager as well, isn't he? Can we look at the route on you from Joe Diabetes?
Okay, Joe. Have you got diabetes, Joe?
Callum Adams says, Frankie, will you be coming on tour to Kent?
Yeah, we're already in Kent at Maidstone.
And the tickets are on sale now. Get them above or below this video where it says tour tickets.
Maidstone. We've been there last year. It was fantastic.
Okay, last few people saying, do it, fella, get there. We've got, thanks for doing these lives. It really boosts my spirit. Cheers. Joe, you're fantastic for tuning in. Everyone who's on here is fantastic for tuning in. And whether you're on YouTube or Facebook or whatever, give us a thumb up, get subscribed, share it with your mates. Let's get more people in next time and keep this train rolling. And buy some tickets for the show. What do you reckon?
Buy the tickets. All these people are coming on. If you've got to be big fans, we love you, we love you. We love you. Come to the fucking show.
Okay. During the lockdown, I've been doing some home studies, mostly biology. I've learned so much about the female anatomy inside and out, and the missus was only happy to help me.
That's not bad.
Hey. People saying peace out. Deb saying see you in Swindon.
Okay.
And Rob says he's looking forward to seeing us in Coventry. Finally, Andy, and I look forward to seeing you in Coventry too, mate. Andy Seller says, finally, have you bought a sausage roll or in-car pasty warmer yet on Amazon?
Well, we haven't. Strangely enough, last time we went to Maidstone in Kent, we stopped off at Luton and we went into Greg's in Luton service station. Me and Will and George, our driver who was driving the van. And fucking pies were fucking freezing in Greg's. It's a disgrace. And then we haven't got an in-house microwave built into the van yet. And if we really make it big, then we'll buy a huge Winnebago. And I'll be in the bath, having a bath in the Winnebago at the back while Will's driving.
Nice one. And
eating a pasty, of course.
Before we go, anyone who has sent stars tonight, massive thank you for sending those through. We actually can't see the star senders on this side due to the platform that we're using to put these across YouTube and Facebook. But massive thank you to anyone who's done that. If you do want to donate to the channel, there will be a Buy Me a Coffee link above or below this video. And if you do want to come and see the Frankie Allen Show on tour, hosted by myself, supported by James Kilvington, there is 15 dates on sale now. We are everywhere from Blackpool, Liverpool, Birmingham, Swindon, Huddersfield, Manchester, Kent, Isle of Man, Congleton. There's loads on there and there's more coming soon. So before we go today, please do give us a thumb up on the vid. Get yourself subscribed if you're on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, get it shared and tell us where you have tuned in from tonight. It helps us to know where we need to get to in the UK for our tour dates that are set to be announced very soon, the next batch of them. So if you watched it on replay, please comment replay. And as I said, tell us where you've tuned in from. Frank, any last words to the people?
Take care of yourselves. The nightmare is almost over, people. We've only got, next week, 7 days, and you can go out to a pub, sit there, have a drink, have something to eat. It's going to be fantastic. And only another month before everything is lifted, and you'll be walking around. You may as well walk around with a pair of flares on because it'll just be like 1977.
And listen, what I will say, if you do come along to a show, first of all, we are astounded by the response to the tickets that we put on sale on Thursday. It's been really, really heartwarming, and it's been quite overwhelming, to be honest, because we were both probably a little bit nervous as to whether the momentum had dropped. Somehow you guys have pulled us out of the mire and you've absolutely smashed it for us. So if you'd like to come along, we promise to give you the best night that is on offer in the UK.
Best night you've ever had.
Honestly, it's going to be unbelievable. So massive thank you to everyone for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. We'll see you next Monday at 7 p.m. If you haven't tuned in here before, we do these lives every Monday at 7 o'clock. Vlog's coming for you soon. Any last words, Frank?
All I can say to you is if you're still a bit fed up, we haven't reached the finish line just yet. I always say to people, communicate, you can log on, speak to us, send messages and speak. If you're a bit lonely, you might be fed up, might have split up with your bird, or you live on your own or whatever, or even a bird, could be a couple of birds watching this tour on their own. All you got to do, communicate with people, even if it's the fucking postman, when you see him and, speak to him, or go for a walk. If you've got no money, you can't go to the pub, speak to people in the park, and you'll feel a lot better. Human beings are wired to communicate, so speak to people, even on the phone, FaceTime, whatever. Keep it going, keep speaking. Any problems you've got, speak to people. And there's ways round things, there really is. Anyone who's in debt out there, having problems financially, these days, things aren't as bad as what they were years ago. They're not as draconian. There's ways round. You can pay people £1 a fucking week if you want. So don't worry about if you're in debt or whatever. There's ways round things. And if you're in ill health, things can only get better.
Okay, so thank you so much for tuning in. One last thing. I've promised Mark Ernie Bailey, that we give his mother a shout out. He says, can I have a quick shout out from his mother, Maggie Bailey, R.I.P.
Maggie Bailey, the name Maggie reminds me of old school, so I bet you're a wonderful woman. And R.I.P. God rest your soul, Maggie Bailey.
Okay, massive thank you to everyone. Really appreciate it. Look after yourselves, and we will see you next Monday at 7 o'clock if we don't see you before that. Podcast out on Sunday. Keep your eyes peeled for that, and vlog coming very soon. Nice one, everyone. In a bit.